Hello students, today is Friday 6th of September 2019. If we look at the developments which happened yesterday or in the recent days, so the most important event or most important happening that happened was the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Russia and his participation in the summit of the Eastern Economic Forum. Now this summit happened in Vladivostok in Russia. Now if we look at Russia as to how the whole composition of the country is, Russia is one of the largest countries in the world which covers two continents, Europe and Asia. So this far east part of Asia is actually the eastern part of Asia. This part is full of mines and minerals. For instance, the coking coal, the iron ore and a lot of other minerals are found in this area, and most of the minerals are untapped till now. Now the kind of economic conditions which are there in the world and the economic sanctions which the Russia is facing, Russia is trying to tap these natural resources. So a lot of investment is involved in this area, and for this reason Russia initiated a forum which is known as Eastern Economic Forum, and every year this one summit is happening in Vladivostok. Now in this area from the very first 2015, Russia and Japan, they have been the premier of Japan and Russian President Vladimir Putin, they have been participating in this summit, in 2019 summit which concluded only a day back. The Malaysian President Mahathir Mohamad, he also joined this summit. India was a special invitee or the chief guest in this summit who was invited by Putin. So India obviously has a special position in this area. Culturally also, geographically also, this part is very close to India. And economically also, whatever mines and minerals are there, India is going to be benefited by that, and that is how Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced $1 billion credit line to be used in this particular area. So this is a long-term base credit or the loan that India is providing to Russia for exploration and other things in this particular area. Now another important development that I can talk about is referring to what Prime Minister Narendra Modi had talks with the Malaysian president, who is Mahathir Mohamad. Besides other areas of cooperation, Modi requested this Mahathir Mohamad to extradite Zakir Naik to India. Now who is Zakir Naik? I think most of the people must be knowing about him. He is a Muslim preacher from Maharashtra who had fled India, because there are many cases filed against him by CBI and ED. He is involved in the foreign this currency regulation act and the other things, because he is considered a person who vitiate the communal atmosphere in India and outside, and the latest thing is that he has been provided the status of a permanent resident in Malaysia. Now, government of India has been trying hard to bring him to India. So obviously, if two head of the states are having a talk in this regard, then India can hope that Zakir Naik can be brought back to India. Now, what are the problems in this area? If any Indian who is involved in any kind of crime or any economic offences flee from India, how India can bring back that person? So in this area, there is a treaty which normally two countries enter into, which is called extradition treaty. So India has extradition treaty with a lot many countries. Till 2018 this figure was 47. In 2018 India further had this treaty with 9 more countries. So at the moment India has this extradition treaty with 56 countries. So if this treaty is there, then India can make a request to the concerned countries that so and so person has fled India and he is involved in so many offences, and he can be given back to India. But with the country where this treaty is not there, it really becomes difficult to bring back that person. In this case, I can give you an example of Abu Salem, who was caught in Portugal, and we did not have an extradition treaty with Portugal. So Indian agencies had to fight the case in Portuguese courts to bring him back. And one major area which comes into, like if some accused of India is to be brought back, then the Indian laws have to be looked into, and the laws of that country have to be looked into. For instance, in the Abu Salem case, in Portugal there is no capital punishment. In India there is capital punishment for the kind of offences that Abu Salem had committed. So he took the plea that if I am extradited to India, then I can be executed. So Indian authorities have to give in writing that he will be given a fair trial and he will not be given the capital punishment. So these kind of problems happen. Though we have the extradition treaty with UK, with France, with Germany, with USA, but still you might be seeing that there are a lot of problems happening to bring back the Nirav Modi and Vijay Mallya from UK. So the case is happening in the, so despite this treaty, from any country, if you want to bring back a person, then the court of law comes into, and you have to fight in the case in the court of law. And in most of the cases, India find it too difficult to bring back to somebody, except if we can take the example of this Christian Michel. Christian Michel was involved in this Augusta Westland helicopter case, and a few months back he was extradited to India from UAE, because with UAE also we have an extradition treaty. But then this treaty has to be more effective in most of the cases, so that this problem of bringing back to the accused to India can be solved and can be handled more effectively. That is all in today's edition.